I said I wanted to stay a little longer with why this phenomenal man, Elijah, began to look more like a man like us, running for his life, and really suggested last time that he must have got his eyes off of God. When he had his eyes on God, he was kind of invincible and wonderful, but now he's running for his life. And I want to look at a few possible things. I'm only saying they're possible. I'm not laying them to the charge of Elijah, but certainly they're things that we need to watch out for. Last time I spoke about, handling righteous indignation and becoming a single issue Christian. You tend to see that on Twitter. We saw it in England with the Brexit debate. In America, perhaps, with the Trump election. To be a Christian, you kind of had to take up arms and fight one another, and you couldn't feel much of the Spirit of Jesus in it. And yet people felt they were doing it to serve God. Another reason, perhaps, was that now Elijah, instead of being in secret and just serving God, hidden away, amazing miracle of trusting God to supply through the raven and the stream, raising the boy from the dead, the first resurrection in all Bible history, but no one's there to applaud him. It's all done in secret. Now he's public. Now, applauded, famous, success. He called fire down from heaven. Phenomenal. He ended the drought. He's vindicated against all the prophets of Baal. Wow, now he is Mr. Popular. Now it says he outran Ahab's chariot. Wow, maybe it was all a bit heady. Maybe that's where you could get your eyes off of God. And let's not say Elijah did. God knows what Elijah did. But we can be really misled when we are applauded. Applause is very dangerous. When we somehow are accredited with things that, God did through us, and we take the glory to ourselves, that's when you can get your eyes off of God. We need to be aware of it. We need to be very careful that we don't become self-sufficient. We don't become those who are delighted when we get some applause. We're all vulnerable to this, especially when you've been working secretly and then suddenly you're very public and applauded for some great thing you did. So easy to get your eyes off of God. I love what we see in Paul and Barnabas when they're at Lystra and they saw this man healed. Paul saw he had faith to be made whole. And they began to worship them. They said, "You're gods from heaven." And they said, no, we're not. They refused it, totally refused it. In fact, got into trouble when they refused the applause. But they stayed safe. They stayed in step with the Spirit. Let's be in step with the Spirit. Let's remember the humility of Jesus. Maybe God will give you some things to do that, others may applaud. Let's remember, God was the one who did it. Let's keep our eyes on Jesus.